Hello and welcome to another gameplay review on the Virkayu gameplay channel, and in this one we have a good old-fashioned, regular Rocket Belt Deathcap Shadowplane Void Stuff Zhonya's, mega damage Fiddlesticks game. No Ludens, no Crown, even though those Fiddlesticks mains love those items. I do understand that this is the best item, and it's reflected as such in my Zada GG guides. I have used this as a de facto build. First Strike, obviously the best rune to go. Yeah, people are using the Predator, pro play, high elo, you're seeing it, but I don't really think that's necessarily what you want to have in your mid to low elo games especially, but definitely, even by default in high elo. The infrastructure provided by First Strike to just giga scale and get the itemization you need, plus amping your damage, is too good to pass up, and you don't really need Predator to guarantee ganks in low elo, and in most elos you kind of just want to make sure that farming cadence is really just consistent. You want 7 CS a minute, 8 CS a minute, even more if possible. But why did I choose this game? Well, firstly, I wanted a more standard build. I wanted one of the best Fiddlesticks players in Korea, and we got him. And at the same time, I wanted to see if there was a little bit of educational material, not just a turbo stomp. So we have a good old-fashioned, dude does well, and then stop CSing. Tough to close. The game isn't as smooth as we think, and obviously, we have to carry. That's what we want to do, right? So Fiddlesticks players, you are carry, mighty carry junglers, and don't worry. When Season 13 comes around, I accidentally paused it, you will have guides, explanations, and I'm sure Riot will do something if you cannot do these, nice leashless starts where you kind of can join every single camp on the map and make them kiss. If this sort of kiting is just dead and gone completely, where Fiddle cannot do what he needs to do to clear Giga ASAP, then I'm sure they will provide some outlets. Now, obviously, as soon as they did that initial change, someone on Reddit was like, well, hold up, look, let me show you, you can still 259 this, which is, of course, faster, right, and healthier. But Riot immediately pulled back that Grom's sort of sprinting speed, where he can, sprinting speed, the range, the leash range, there we go. Now, this is a very, very standard effigy that we want to place, because Kindreds are going to do very standard Kindred-y things. And I don't understand why, against a Fiddle, you would try and do this. Now, don't get me wrong, invading a Fiddle is always good. However, I do not subscribe to the Red Krugs invade of the Fiddle. I think if you're going to invade the Fiddle, right, he's going to use that effigy, do something a bit more unpredictable. If you're Warwick, for example, I love to do like a buff Grom. I'll do anything that gives me 3, even if it's a blue side into the red. If I know he started blue side, I'll make sure I do that, get 3, and then I can invade, right? The level 2 Kindred invade on a Fiddle, who's going to have an effigy protection. Come on, I mean, it's obvious. Now, we didn't use a control ward. I do think in most healers you want to use that control ward because your bottom lanes won't rotate like this. So please do so appropriately. Man, like, I respect Kindred, but I respect Kindred, but holy shit, that's annoying. And also, of course, a Draven just runs into them to give them a free kill. So sad times are happening here. Now he's pinging for help. Like, no, just run away, man. Like, we can't help you. Try and get this, loop on back to the top side, get that RNG scuttle. It's exactly what you want to do. The Fiddle is doing everything properly, right? You want to finish off the camps that you have, drag them out, ward, protect, avoid losing camps. That's the most important thing. And don't die for your pride. You're not going to fight a Kindred level 1, just let him be. And look at the Hex Flash here. Boom! That's the specific twist. There's always a twist with Fiddlesticks, man. I know everyone's like, hey, look, can we just get a regular build? And like, this is a regular build that you're going to get with a First Strike Rocket Belt. But a lot of them actually like that Hex Tech for these reasons. The mobility that Hex Tech provides for circumventing vision when you don't have Predator to find those angles is beautiful. And it's very interesting to watch junglers use Hex Flash for that reason. I mean, a good jungler, when it's warded up here and you've got an absolute free gank, like I'm talking like free gank, but if you walk at them, they'll back off, then you can just flash over this wall and run around. Like, I've seen that happen. And you take Hex Flash so you can do it again later on. Using those things, here we go, see, look at this. Look at this. The creativity that Hex Flash provides for something like a Fiddlesticks when you don't have Predator is exquisite. That's an brilliant use of it. Now, most of you, if you're a regular Fiddle player, have to walk all the way around and waste all your time. And now we just hippity-hoppity to the wall, snack this, and we go take the Krugs. Tier 2 Krugs, Tier 2 Raptors, obviously. Wait for the Hex Flash. There we go. Boom. I'm going to put that special rune set in my Zada GG guide. That is available and linked below, by the way. And in the meantime, we have the Fiora here against the Maokai. I don't know why you wouldn't ban it, but hey, we're not that quite close to 6 at this stage. Kindred's now shadowing in the mid lane. Yeah, the Kindred spent all that time. See, this is the crucial thing about this. Kindred spent all of that time. Kindred spent all of that time sort of trying to invade, trying to outsmart you, and as long as you don't die and fall back to your camps, It's fine. You will have that experience lead. Yes, Draven and your laners are always going to give a free kill to the Kindred. They're going to walk into them with 1 HP, and your team will suffer at the hands of a ganking jungler. Be disciplined, my friends. Be disciplined, because remember, the focus here is, if we can get 1 gank early, sequence 2.5 times at minimum, get that 6, we want to use that ultimate on the lane that we determine is our win condition. Our Draven lane is mighty strong, but so is an Akshan. I think getting an Akshan fed for roaming potential with us could be absolutely, for lack of a better word, juiced. Absolutely juiced. We are very, very close. We should be able to do the wolves when they respawn, although that's a little bit distorted because of the fact that we did everything a bit later, but obviously they spawn here because we took the time to gank mid lane, do the Raptors, do the Krugs, hold top lane, come back down. Grump had spawned, wolves had spawned, and now we can use our ultimate because we just need to absorb a little bit of experience. You see here, we're just waiting for this XP. This is what this is. If we don't get it on the wolves, because sometimes it's a little tight, like you get 99%, just sit there, soak if you can a little bit, some experience. Here we go. Kill that, kill it, kill it, kill it, please. I want 6. They're kind of not, they're not doing it fast enough, so we'll have to walk in here manually. We do hit the E, the Kai'Sa's getting a heal, we get the fear onto the Kai'Sa, we do the Sucky Suck, which is able to kill the Renata, and now the Draven's trying to kill the Kai'Sa, isn't able to do it, but we, of course, go ahead and use our ult on the spot as we get the level up and kill the... everybody. Kill all the marksmen. Very nice. Very, very nicely done. That's the thing, right? And now Syndra's showing up. Hey, who invited you? Okay, well, we'll die now. Well... maybe you should have seen that, but I was excited by that play. I just wanted to soak the experience here a little bit. I wanted them to kill the minion so I could get 6. It's unlucky that they didn't recognize that, but don't wait. As soon as they go all in here and you need to make this fight, get your 6, level out at mid-fight, ult on the spot, sucky suck everybody down. Well, burn them with the demonic hellfire that is your AoE ultimate. Right, 3-1-1, Alternator. Alternator completed with the Fiendish Codex, and we're at 41... damage dealt and 39 cash money gold. Obviously, Ultimate Hunter is the way we want to go. I do really like the Ghost Pour, that's it. Almost said zombie. Ghost Pour, I do like those rune sets in higher elo games. It's much easier to stack those kinds of things, Ghost Pour or zombie, than it is in other elos. So you can kind of get that faster than Eyeball, specifically when you're not going to get those free ganks and free fights early on, right? I mean, that's why Graves runs zombie plus Umbral. Umbral is a disgusting item. Disgusting item. I think, honestly, Umbral just needs to be yeeted, or give us an AP alternative. Seriously, like give us a version of that we can use as well. It's just such a disgusting item though in terms of vision denial, and I like that it's got a built-in scanner. I just don't like that you can kind of 2-tap a control ward, and then 1-tap another ward. I think you should 2-tap a regular ward and 3-tap a control ward, so you still get the benefit of the scanner plus the easier control of vision, but it's not just so free and for someone like Graves, right? It's just absolutely ridiculous. Maokai is always a good gank. He's 1 level up against the Fiora, so we will take them apples. Kindred shows up here. We do have ultimate up again. Those are some dead people. Those are some dead... nice knockback. Very, very nice knockback by the Maokai to get her out of the ultimate. We flash to suck, which means we get a double suck on the Kindred as well as the Syndra. That was very nicely done as well. Now, Akshan, can you chase down the Syndra? Of course you can. He's Akshan. Do we hit all our spells? No, but it doesn't matter because we're Akshan, and we are a very good champion that can do this all day, basically. Captain America variant, roaming mid lane, killing everybody, but Renata shows up. Oh, it's a little bit closer. Nice flash for the Nautilus. We go for the Giga Hook. We get the double kill. Thank you, Nautilus. Very good. Renata did rotate the first time. So we are maxing Bountiful Harvest, the Sucky Suck button. It's been so long since I said Bountiful Harvest, I couldn't even say it. I just have said Sucky Suck for 2 years in every video, but it is what it is. So we're maxing that, we're getting super, super heals from this. Remember, the finishing the channel gives you 60% cooldown reduction as well, so you gotta use it intelligently. Don't ult and then start sucking immediately for no reason when there's a Nautilus and a Leona, right? They're just gonna cancel that. You're not gonna get that bonus heal, you're not gonna get that cooldown reduction. Nice little Hex Flash there. We're gonna amplify this for self-infusion. I feel like that's, Void. It's, you know, worthwhile doing if you're a carry jungler. It's not always ideal. It's not always ideal to do that. And I have spoken about this Herald usage many times. But if you know you can carry and you're in that control and Akshan has fed himself, then no stress, no stress. Right, we do have the Hextech Alternator completed. The Phoenix Codex is completed as well. And now we're having a look here for bottom lane because that Ultimate Hunter has put this on a under 90-second cooldown already, which is absolutely huge. And wait and bait, baby. Wait and bait. No one's here, guys. Come on. No one's here. No one's here. Ooh, that hit. Ooh, if that hit. Now, you know, because you're in a bit of a rough situation, hey, the Hextech flash over the wall, use the plant, mobility, efficiency, pathing to places sooner, getting to places sooner. Why waste yourself in traffic, you know? It's just efficiency is all it is. And obviously, you know, with German blood, that appeals to me. Fall back to the blue side, we have here the bottom lane pushing and resetting. Kindred showing on the top side here. FIG does a Giga Flash animation. Now they're like, did they see me? They saw me. Residual vision is huge. And we're going to basically say, hey, this looks like a Kindred taking this, or ganking this. So let me shadow this scenario. And good scan, we use the FIG. That's the downside of Fiddle, is you don't have that, well, she could not move. You don't have that like scanner that you can kind of keep channeling. So Kindred actually was going for the Raptors first, trying to get that mark as well, timing that instead of going for the gank. And of course, Fiddle says, you know what? If you want to not play the game as you should because you're so obsessed with your own marks, then I'm going to gank your lanes and get fed from this. At this point, we are finishing our rocket belt. You will say, well, couldn't we go blasting one? You could, but the alternator plus the Phoenix Codex gives you that CDR, that haste. Oh man, CDR is so old at this point. It feels like it's old. It's been so long. It's been a long 2 and 3 years, hasn't it, everybody? I hope you're all doing okay. Hope these videos help you succeed at League of Legends, and we're on the road to success. That end of season is really coming up quickly. Not a lot of time left for that, so knuckle down, fix your builds, focus your builds, do some VOD review playing sets of 5, make sure you have nailed down the build that suits you best on the champion you're playing, and focus these objectives, right? Like, it's great that we got that Herald, we can use that. A little late on the Dragon here, but should the enemy jungler, instead of invading you, kind of camp top lane and take away that Herald possibility, I think Dragon control is what we want. Now, bottom lane here is quite fed. 3 plates left, 1 and 3.5. 5, 4, 3. So not quite one-sided in that respect. And a lot of the gold lead we have here is put into the Fiddlesticks and the Auction, okay? Because the Fiddle's got like 2k ahead, and the Auction is 1.5 ahead. So a lot of the gold lead we have is in the mid-jungle, which is always what you want. I don't like that we kind of run up here. I would prefer to kind of hang around for this. I invest myself. I like to invest 5-10 seconds to wait for a scuttle. Because at this point, it's already neutralizing with the value of a Croc Camp, except I could very easily do this and then just go get... I could do this exact same play while having a Croc Camp value, scuttle, and denying the mark. And then, of course, you can move on up here, or you can move back here, you can move back here, and then loop back around again. We can always go to it afterwards. There's no stress here at all, but you see what I'm saying, right? I'm happy to wait for that and then position and do the exact same thing. Now, ult is on 60-second cooldown. We saw this ward. We don't need the ult at this stage because we have the silence button, the fear button, plus a Nautilus chain CC 1000 years button, although I don't think anything was ever going to happen there. Kindred goes top lane to kill the tree, the Maokai. We have this wave that's going to be crashing very, very shortly. We have a huge lead, and we've Rockaball active should we need it to reposition. We're just going to go for the Sucky Suck E, or E Sucky Suck, excuse me, pure E Sucky Suck actually. We got there in the end, and now we can take all of these plates. We have about 5 seconds left. We'll take that. If you're a jungler who can maybe sneak one more plate here before 14, do so. Fiddlesticks obviously doesn't have that luxury. His auto attacks are almost as bad as Iris, just wet toilet paper flinging at a wall. So, you know, you couldn't really do anything. But if you are like a tank with conditioning, demolish, there we go, or you're an AD champion, try and get as many plates as possible together. Kindred chose top side here. We do have a mark place. Right, we've gone into the Banshee's Veil, all right? So I promise you a regular build. We'll get there eventually, but the Banshee's Veil is pretty good against things like the Renata Stun, like the Syndra E, and it does stop the Kindred E as well. So as long as you are, if you are worried about being CC'd, bursted down, interrupted in your W, and you can kind of yeet in with your ultimate and keep that up as long as possible, beautiful, right? You want that first CC reaction to basically do nothing because you got the shield, the spell shield. There we go. My brain is not functioning today. These videos a day, they're tough, man. When you factor in, I'm still putting out the same or more main channel content plus coaching, which I have after recording this. You know, it's tough sometimes. So we'll get into rhythm. I think definitely streaming is good. So this is where you're seeing this after 50 minutes, the guy stops farming a lot because we've basically reached 2 items that allow us to do what we need to do to win. You know, I had a Kindred against me yesterday. I was up 2 levels and just ran me down. I'm like, okay. Well, they're dead. That's for certain. I think we can guarantee that they are dead here. We're making sure we get that fear on the Kindred. You want to fear the Kindred and silence the Kindred so they don't get the R down if they have it, which is exactly what we did. This is the critical part of Fiddlesticks, okay? Yes, we stop farming. Yes, our sequencing dies down a little bit, but think of yourself as using that in a very nice auto attack for the heal into the queue. Well done. And the Fiddle's looking to help here. It's good to help here. Don't start this up and look and be like, ooh, dinner and a show. No, get involved. Get involved. Get on set there. Yes. Right, fall back down to the Scuttle Crab. We can now do the Herald. But yes, think of yourself like an Evelyn. Like Evelyns now will get Rockabelle Death Cap, and then they won't farm very much. You know, they might drop their CS numbers down to 5, below 6, and it's because they just stop farming. They're just trapping, sitting in bushes, killing people over and over again. The enemy team can never have numbers advantage. They can't leave their jungle. They're always worried about where you are. Same thing with Fiddle. You can do that exact same damn thing, right? He just sits in a bush here. It's cleared, it's scanned because he's got effigies and control wards, and they overcommit. We ult. There you go. Worth farming. Now we get an objective. It's exactly what we want to do. See here as well, we're not falling back to this. Like a regular jungler who doesn't scale as well automatically with itemization, who doesn't have as much potent team fighting just from like 2-3 items, you're going to feel the need to fall back to these camps and so on. But Fiddle's just like, I already one-shot everybody. Look at this. Boom! Fear, Rockabelt, Sucky Suck, activated. Didn't even need the Sucky Suck. See, and now we eat the Kai'Sa W, which is crucial as well. Because Kai'Sa's going to start chucking Ws. And if we can eat those, so she can't ult in or assassinate us if we're out of position, very, very huge. So the Banshee's Veil is something I do like as an adaptive itemization build. But obviously, typically, you got your Zhonya's, you've got your Shadow Flame, you've got your Banshees, you've got your Void, and you've got your Death Cap. I mean, that's AP, Assassin, Fiddlesticks, Evelyn builds are not really gonna be that diverse, right? I mean, I would like us to have different items that make it more interesting, but at the end of the day, those are the items we like to play with, right? Is what it is. Dragon is spawning. I don't really want to give them a freebie here, so we are overstaying a little bit. And I think the recognition here is that they're all going to respawn and go to that Dragon. Syndra's fighting the Maokai in the bottom lane. Kai'Sa's going to show. There's no ways he's going to live through this. It is a bounty plus Hex Tech, but we have Herald. So you know what? I will trade gladly multiple towers and maybe an inhib for this one Hex Tech, although I personally don't like that trade. I don't like that trade. I think Hex Tech is too damn powerful to give up. In the context of, we have an Akshan, we have a Draven, and they have a Kai'Sa and a Kindred. So both teams love that Hex Tech, right? And I do think us, don't know if we really want to bounce this inhib just yet. It is a hyperscaling comp, but I do think we're strong enough that, like, she should actually just let that be taken. I do think we're strong enough to do something about it. Like, yeah, you see? The jungler's like, well, we're losing. I might as well go ahead and snack that quickly while you guys are busy somewhere else. That's bounty gold. That's a huge 9% attack speed and 9 haste boost to your whole team. It's huge. It's huge. I do think I would never want to give that up. But hey, if they're dumb and they want to face check a Fiddle Nautilus comp, then they can feel free to do so. We're going to rock about with our ult to try and get as close as possible. Oh, man. Still can't believe that was a Fiddlesticks skin we got, right? I know people have enjoyed it a little bit, but come on, what could have been, as it were? I like that the Banshee's Veil is on effigy. I like that. That's a nice touch, right? That's a nice touch. 31 on the ultimate. They're struggling to close a little bit now. The whole concept here is just sit in bushes, control wards, and kind of just pick off people as they misposition. But the Kindred in the meantime now is level 12, same as us. Okay, gold amount is 7.5 to 11,000. Okay, it's not even remotely close. I thought maybe they caught him a bit more, but I think I'm underestimating the fact that he's 11.15. Kind of lose track of those things. I like that. These are the nice games. You know what I mean? These games are nice because you're in the flow. You're not worrying about sequencing. We're just resetting the camp there. We're not worried about the quadrant or the full sequence or doing this and that. We're just seeing where we need to be, and the enemy jungler just has to follow us and make counterplays to that. Now we've gone for the full-on Shadow Flame Burst proc plus HP, which is always super good and juicy, into the stopwatch, because obviously we didn't go stopwatch in our rune set this game. Don't think we needed to. And then we can finish off with, I think, a nice Mega Death Cap. What do you guys think? I mean, we've got no tanks in the enemy team, so Void, this will do its job for the penetration, obviously, and the shields... The shield passive is not really of concern. We knew this was dead because the Kindred pushed us up and moved in. We saw this. Fiddlesticks should have seen this too. Now here, actually, if I'm Mundo in this game, I'm two-manning this with Draven, right? I did two-man Barons with a Draven in the last 24 hours. Where's Mundo? I just said Mundo. I said Draven. I'm Mundo. I said, come, 21 Baron, we do this. Teams never expect it. You could do that with Fiddle as well when you're this fed. Ooh, Hello? Flee. Chase. Run away. Hit the E silence. Kindred hop the wall there. Wait for our Nautilus. Wait for our Draven. But if they're gonna miss position like that, we'll... I mean, I don't care if this works out. I think that was definitely a little bit overzealous. If you want to jump into me, Kindred, well, that was either the perfectly placed Kindred ult, or just a boo-boo. But I think we can all agree this is a bit of a throw. Wait. Ooh. Happening a lot lately in these videos, isn't it? The people's throw. Look at the Draven Nautilus. You saw me look at the Draven Nautilus. We're running away here. We're disengaging. All we're doing is baiting them up. And when Draven can enter, when Nautilus can enter, then we can go in. As soon as someone's caught out here, don't force yourself to say, hey, pentakill time. I mean, if you have a death cap here already, you know, at this point in a void, if you're like going pure glass cannon fiddlesticks, sure, but you'll get blown up very, very quickly, and you don't have enough damage there to blow their whole team up. Yeah, wait for your people, and then make the turn. Don't overcommit for the mistake of your teammate. Always crucial information. Now, we have wasted our stopwatch, basically. We do have a control wood in pocket. We're placing some effigy saplings are being placed. We're 11-2-7. We've done most of the work so far. We do have a flash available. And now the Renata is out of position. We do force a flash. Kai say it's a W. Nice. Scout of the week double stack. Stunned by the Syndra. We move towards the Draven this time and don't overcommit. Very, very good. But you're seeing the stalling, the delaying, the disengage from the Syndra, the fact that they have a Renata, they have a Kindred and a Kai'Sa. This is a strong late game comp. The Fiora is going to become very, very irritating to deal with. Alright? You have to play it properly. And every throw at this point, it doesn't matter. If this guy ends up with 20 kills and 1 death, 2 deaths, and they lose this game, this death right here, that's it. You know, like if they got a Dragon from this or a Baron from this, for example, that's it. It's on you to not make that mistake. And it sucks sometimes, but that really is how it be. It do be that way. Fiora's going to split push a little bit here. We're going to basically try and look for a fight. Kindred's ult will be up shortly. It is a very long cooldown though. And we know they used it, so ideally we want to try and do something about that. The Banshee's Veil is going to do huge here for the AP damage from the Kai'Sa passive, plus the Syndra obviously, but also the roots and the Scout of the Weeks and such things. Oh, again. Oh, Kai'Sa, you went too deep. They were not expecting that Fiddlesticks to be in that bush. They should have, but they were not. Fiddlesticks says, not today. I am the Suck Lord. And then Maokai says, I am the Tree Lord. And basically, oh, well, he gets knocked back as well. Akshan says, wee! And then a double kill. Okay. Fiddlesticks, chase. We have the Hex Flash. We have the Smite. But I think we can just go into the Dragon. Yeah. Once it's obvious she's going to go to the Dragon. That's it, my friends. Find your bush. Chill in your bush. Wait for them to get impatient and miss position. And as we would say in South Africa, chaps them. Take them out. Obliterate them. It's exactly what we want to do. Bonus damage here, 708. Extra bonus damage from shields, 26. Anti-shield item, guys. I feel like they've brought this item in the game. We just use it for the penetration passive, plus the HP, plus the build path is really, really nice with the needlessly large rod, right? That's really, really good. It feels nice. And then we had Serpent's Fang, which was like this explicitly direct anti-shield item, and now they nerfed it and we just don't see it anymore. And we weren't even building it for the anti-shield item either. We were just building it because efficient stats. And the anti-shield was nice, but it really wasn't the reason to build it. And it feels like Serpent's Fang is gone, and Shadow Flame is just isn't really used at all by shields. We're just using that scaling magic pen passive, right? So it's. I feel like those have missed a mark a little bit, pun not intended, as he actually does a mark here. Now that we don't have flash, it's actually we're unleashed because we can hex flash over the walls to have mobility. I almost want to use my flash in a trolling manner just so I can have that flexibility, right? Obviously the flash in a fight is crucial, like with your ultimate and things like that, with your proto belt, I do get that, but the hex flash can allow a lot of things. Don't hit this. People always want to hit this. That will reveal you. Right now in that bush, right, just for context, they don't see you. If you hit that, they will see you. If you don't hit it, they're not going to see you. So you have that advantage, all right? Important information. And you see how he hugs this wall here? Now all I can think about is Pampers hugs and baby diapers. That's because my 3-month-old goes through a lot of diapers. Like, I did not think a human being could shit that much, but We have a special nice bin that kind of you put the diapers in and it seals the smell and stuff like that. And then once a week, obviously, you just put it in your trash in a special bag. And at the end of the week, you just take in a train of diapers. I'm like, no, really? Didn't feel like that. And there you are. So hug the wall like Pampers hugs a baby's bottom. And make sure you're not seen and then don't hit the vision. And from this, once they disengage, you put down 18,000 effigies, a swarm and a horde, turn on the Baron, snack that baby up. You're going to hit by the Renata, but doesn't really matter. We're over the wall here. We have the ult, we have the proto belt, we have the everything we need. We haven't even used, well, we died because Fiora's a champion, but that's a triple kill. Let's watch that again, actually, from the Fiddlesticks' perspective. So we're going to go in here. Problem is, we don't have a flash for position, but we just use a rocket belt there. And we basically don't really use the full duration or power of that W. We kind of just use it to try and get the kill. Maybe we could have held that off a little bit because they were definitely going to die anyway. But that's fine. Absolutely fine. We're up because Akshan. This champion. Super good. So Akshan ends up going 13-2-5 with his IE doing a hell of a lot of damage. Fiddlesticks is basically gonna try and get 16, but we're nowhere near 16. There's no reason for this. Just run down mid. Run down mid. He's stacking his farming numbers. Is that legal? Well, he's making it legal. Akshan and everyone's killing, and we're basically split pushing here. I think we could just be with them killing everybody, but hey, if you think that there's no ways you're ending, I mean, Akshan's a fair champion, right? Fiddle's like, I split push, I'm arriving. So there we go, Death Cap in hand, Rocket Belt, Shadow Flame, Banshee's Veil, and Ionian Boots. Obviously, the penetration of Ionian is your prerogative, but either way, you're doing obscene amounts of damage. That's only 889 on the Rocket Belt, but the penetration passive means you don't really need the Void, and the Death Cap, super strong. There you go, a little bit rusty in places. I apologize, my brain is fatigued, but hopefully you enjoyed, hopefully you learned something, and hopefully we had a bit of fun showing you more standardized Fiddlesticks build, and using the Hex Flash to have some good times. So please do like, share, and comment if you did. Subscribe if you are looking forward to more. We do try to keep these mostly educational, but sometimes we just have a good time with some edutainment. So Zara GG guys, link below, especially for that Fiddlesticks as well. And thank you very much for watching, and as always, I will see you all in the next tutorial.